So no problems for the #1 seed in the women's singles. Now we're off to the women's doubles match between Shizuka Matsuo and M.Naito of Japan, the #7 seeds, up against Lina Kruse and Marie Roepke of Denmark. A fairly new pairing who have been getting through those world rankings, up to 25 in the world now. Which should be a fairly close matchup. The Danes in action yesterday, coming through against the Mexican pair of Gonzalez and Montero, 21-10, 21-12.
Red, Denmark. Japan, which side you want? Here, who receive? Nishita receive, huh? And you want here?
So just the pre-match formalities being sorted out by the umpire. Well, it's been a good time for Japan's women in sport. The football players winning the World Cup. Ai Miyazato, their top golfing star, winning a big golf tournament, the Evian Masters. Are we going to see a Japanese victory in the women's doubles this week? After all, 3 pairs in the top 7 seeds. Jill, you'd say they've got a good chance, if it's not gold, at least to pick up some colour of medal.
Most definitely. In fact, on the latest world ranking that was run last week, they've got 3 pairs in the top 6 now in the world, which is quite extraordinary when you think that there's only 1 Chinese pair in the top 6 in the world. So, you know, they are the #1s, but, you know, they've got the #3 and 4 seeds, plus they've got the #7 seeds here.
And the #15 as well, we shouldn't forget as well. There's 4 pairs here.
Yeah, very strong indeed. But the interesting thing to me about that is the fact that Park Ju-bong, former world and Olympic champion in both men's doubles and mixed doubles, he's made such a huge difference to the whole Japanese team. His coaching style, the way he brought players on, the way he gives them belief, a real resurgence in the form of Japan as far as badminton is concerned.
Well, here's the Danish pair who we've seen on the show called already this week. They were in action yesterday, and they were pretty comfortable, weren't they, against Gonzalez and Montero. And we felt then that they would push this Japanese pair of Naito and Matsuo in a second round clash. It's a fairly new pairing, only came together as a pair this year, and they've had a good 2011 really, as you can see from their win-loss ratio, 18 victories, 7 defeats. At the World Championships, they beat the then world #1 pair of Cheng and Jian of Chinese Taipei, and they went to 3 sets against the now world #1 pair of Wang and Wu of China as well. So they are a pair that know how to push the best in the world, even though, as I say, together they haven't had that much experience. But, you know, with Peter Gader to go in the men's singles on this court and Tina Baum in the women's singles later, they'll be hoping that this Danish pair of Roepke and Kruse can set the standard. The umpire, it's Si Yang-go of Singapore. And it's Ivanka Pokorny of Croatia who is the service judge. Well, Naito and Matsuo, they most recently reached the quarterfinals of the Indonesian Open Super Series event there, and the semis at the Singapore Open. They reached the final in Malaysia, quarterfinals in India. So this is a pair that have really been at the meat of tournaments right at the end. They won in Australia at the start of April, semi-finals at the All England, and many of their big defeats, if you like, in finals like in Malaysia and at the All England have been against fellow Japanese pairs, which just harks back to what we were saying at the start, that this is a very strong part of Japanese badminton.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Lina Damkjaer Kruse, Marie Roepke, Denmark. On my left, M.Naito, Shizuka, Matsuo, Japan. Lina Damkjaer Kruse to serve to Shizuka, Matsuo. Love all, play.
So round 2 of the women's doubles, and
Service over.
shrill of delight already at the first point won.
Service
Well, I think
over.
quite obvious already in these very, very early stages that the Danes have been instructed to tactically not try and hit through their opponents, either just drop or clear fast little downward shots rather than trying to go for big winning smashes, because the Japanese players in general, their defensive play is absolutely superb. There's a slice one, there's another half smash. Another clear.
Yeah, we had a feeling, didn't we, when we were watching these two Danes yesterday, that when they come up against M.Naito and Matsuo as they are now, that it may well be a close run thing.
Yes, I think this is going to be a very interesting match indeed. And an awful lot of it is going to come down to patience and physical fitness, physical ability. Yeah, I think this rally here just demonstrating my points. You know,
Service
it was
over.
Roepke that ran out of patience in the end. And I think we'll probably see quite a number of rallies like that, long, hard-fought rallies. Nobody prepared to take the half chances, just playing the safety, just keeping it going.
Yeah, Roepke, they're trying to just take the initiative, wasn't she? And the problem with that is you can come unstuck.
Yes, and I think also the problem that I see as far as the Danes are concerned, I'm not convinced they've got the same fitness levels as the Japanese players.
Service over.
So
3-2.
unless they actually go out and try and win it and win it quickly in 2 straight, I'm not sure that they'll last 3 really grueling games here.
Okay, well, we shall see. Because it could well go to 3 games, this.
It's interesting that this is the 4th match that we've seen in today's play and the 4th match that we've had a left-hander on court.
Yeah. Not sure if that theme will continue through the day, though.
No, I don't think it will, but it's still unusual
Yeah.
to have 4 consecutive matches that features a left-hander. Yeah, no, that's a good shot.
Service over. 4-3.
Variation on direction and angle of smash. Look, you can see that she's waited, committed to the backhand defence and therefore aiming towards her right shoulder.
Service over. 4-4. 5-4.
Just snatched at this one a little, did. Nearly didn't really get herself into position either.
Now, I like the movement there of Roepke. She was coming forward to the net. She didn't have to play it, but all of a sudden she decided to try and anticipate something. Look, in she goes. And she was anticipating to the right place. Now, I'd like to see more of that, where somebody suddenly says, OK, well, let's just try something a little bit different. That's a good serve, too.
Service over, 6-5. Play.
Now,
7-5.
once again, it was the different angle on the attacking shot that made the difference. It's totally natural in badminton when you're defending to... It's actually a much stronger shot to try and play the backhand defence, and therefore aiming towards the right shoulder is often a very clever shot to play and break down the defence of your opponent.
It's the first time anyone's had a 2-point lead in the game. Been so even so far. Left that one for one another, didn't they?
Yeah, and that shows that they're a very new partnership. Only 8 individual tournaments have they played. 205.
So 4 points in a row. Suddenly, a little bit of daylight here for the number 7 seeds.
Oh, it's landed in.
Is it 10-5?
Yeah, it's a great call by the line judge.
I think more out of hope than actually what she saw when it landed in. Maria Roepke actually celebrated as if it had gone out. But
yes, and I think that she is probably the player out of the 2 Danes who is more likely to lose her patience and get frustrated within the rally. She's a player who loves to sort of play winning shots, and when what she thinks should be winning shots keep coming back, she gets frustrated with it and therefore, you know, tries to hit harder, or you know, perhaps will start making errors because she's going for tighter and tighter shots. No, that's a pity from her point of view, because that's the sort of shot she loves to play. you know, really likes to try and intercept and go for the winners.
When the Japanese pair go to the interval, having won 6 points in a row. Fine margins, those last 2 points in particular proving.
Court 4, 20 seconds. Court 4, 20 seconds.
Well, Richard, I was saying that
11-5.
Roepke
Play.
was the player that perhaps is going to run out of patience and so on, and just had a little word with our colleague Morten Frost, who says that actually she's been injured, which is why she's going for things and perhaps not at full fitness in the build-up to these World Championships, and therefore she's the one that will get tarred in these long rallies.
Do we know what's wrong with her at all?
Well, I asked exactly the same question. He said, well, it wasn't ankle or knee or anything like that. He thinks that she'd pulled a tummy muscle.
Okay, because she's been going for a lot of overheads. She's at the back of the court and, you know, been fiercely in the rally. She doesn't seem to be wincing or anything,
no,
as we saw from these overheads here, but obviously she's feeling it.
Yeah. Well, even if... Oh, that's interesting. Did you...
Yeah, I noticed underneath her shirt there.
Yes, she's got a back support on. A lot of badminton players wear this back support because there's a lot of strain on the back or the tummy muscle and the core stability areas. Got away with it. Confusion between the two Danes, both going for the same shot.
They both went to the front of the court, but they're still in this rally.
That's short.
Well, whose patience is going to drop first? That's a lovely drop shot. Not proved to be a winner yet, though.
It's a good rally, isn't it?
It's a long rally, and there we go. That's point taken, isn't it? Really about the lack of patience and want to get the job done there for Marie Roepke.
Yeah. Yeah, she just, you know, if you've missed training for a while or haven't been able to train at 100%, you know, you don't have that inner belief, and therefore you know, the rally goes on and on and on. You say to yourself, I've been through this myself, and you sort of think, I've got to do something special, and you haven't, but you don't have the patience to just stick with it.
Seven.
Yeah, lack of sharpness again, not reacting quickly enough to defend the smash.
Service over. 8-13.
Important part of this game now for the Danish pair of Roepke and Kruse, because it's a healthy 5-point advantage that the Japanese have had. That run of points to the interval.
Service over. 14-8.
Kruse was, of course, bronze medalist at the last European Championships with her former partner, Mia Schott-Christiansen.
98.
It's becoming a recurring theme now.
It wasn't even close.
Naito.
You can see she's feeling it in all ways.
Yeah.
Feeling it mentally, physically. Whatever they try, the Danes, the shuttle just keeps coming back. Superb defense there from Shizuka Matsuo.
I'm quite surprised, though, that the Japanese pair, I mean, we've picked up on the fact that it's Roepke that's making the errors and perhaps is the weaker link because of the injury problems that she's been having. Yet that last rally, the Japanese pair were really pressurising Kruse. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's a good point. You look at the scoreline and you say, well, whatever tactic and ploy they're playing here, it generally is working.
Service over.
Yeah, fair point.
16.
But, you know, that last rally again, it wasn't such a long rally, but, you know, the two smashes that went down, both went down on Kruse.
Will the players be aware of or the coaches be aware of injuries in the other camp? I mean, it might not be something that is common knowledge.
No, all players and teams try to keep injury problems and difficulties quiet, but he will have picked up on that. There's no question that the coaches will have noticed in this opening game, in these early stages, that, yep, there is obviously a lack of belief or match fitness with Roepke, and therefore they should perhaps be pressurising her, especially from the back of the court. Oh, all the smashes going down on Kruse again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more sensible tactics, I think, probably from the Japanese pair.
At the moment, Naito's playing nearly every shot. Here you go. Matsuo and Naito with a 7-point advantage in another of these really long rallies. And another one which the Japanese pair win.
17-9.
Good smash in the end from M.Naito. 206. And just to put that in perspective, that's not far off the fastest ever serve in women's tennis, which is 209. Yeah.
18-9.
And the wider the gap gets, the more you feel the negativity of whatever pain that you're feeling physically.
Yep. Yeah, you see now, I think that she's got perhaps a bit of a weakness in her defence anyway, Roepke. I think I have great admiration for her capabilities when attacking, especially at the net area. But this is why I'm so surprised that the Japanese pair have been concentrating on her partner when they've been attacking, because I think there's a natural weakness in the defence of Roepke.
Well, the game points have arrived already. Not quite the tied affair we were predicting at the start, but other factors have certainly come into play.
Service over. 10-20.
Pounced on well by Kruse there. So there is the opening game, 21-10.
First game won by Shizuka Matsuo, M.Naito, 21-10.
So M.Matsuo with what a comfortable victory margin in that opening game, especially when you consider it was 5-all. And nearly all of those long rallies, especially in the second half of that game, went Japan's way.
Yes, and this is the big dilemma for a lot of pairs playing against the Japanese. You know that their defence is so good, so you don't want to go all-out attack, which is very physically demanding, to hit smash after smash after smash, because you know they're going to keep getting it back. So it's right to try and vary the pace and take some of the pace off. But, you know, the longer the rallies go on, because you're waiting and waiting and waiting for the right opportunity to try and play the winner, the more tired you're going to get. And then suddenly you hit the wall, as it were, and as they appeared to do, you know, from 5-all in that first game, you know, the Japanese pair just sort of shot away from them, just ran away. And well, I have to say the body language of Roepke there is not good, almost turning her back on coach Ulrika Olsen. Ulrika Olsen, having won 6 World Championship medals in women's doubles and mixed doubles, I think I'd listen pretty carefully to what she had to say.
Yeah, but I think you're talking about a player here at the moment in Marie Roepke who's not feeling that she can perform her optimum level. Player who's feeling it physically, mentally, and you know, when you're up against a pair as good as the Japanese pair are, it's going to wear you down. I take your point though, maybe she should be a little more respectful towards her coach, but I think all those factors have to be borne into mind, really.
And I don't think it was disrespect. I think it's just emphasising your point that, you know, her mind is elsewhere. She's worried about the injury. She's worried about the fact that, you know, she perhaps hasn't got the match fitness. She's not as sharp as she would like to be. And she's probably full of these negative thoughts, and therefore, inadvertently, it's just her mind is swimming with that and is not listening to the coach. I really don't think that she was meaning to be disrespectful.
Sure.
But naturally, the body language to me was worrying.
Service over. 1-0.
You saw another glimpse of back support here in the smashes.
Wrong choice of shot and cross court. Played her partner into trouble. That's a nice backhand from Matsuo. Look at that, virtually no follow through of the racket, and yet she played it right to the back of the court. Good timing and technique on that shot. Yeah, there's more follow through there, wasn't there? And there.
Now, can they win one of these long rallies, the Danes? No is the answer. How frustrating.
Roepke.
The umpire just having a very quick word there with Roepke.
Service over. 2-4.
Well, they need every bit of luck that can go their way at the moment.
Five, 2.
Oh, that's nice. Yep. It was stepping into the defensive shot, guiding the shuttle cross court, following forward to the net. That was the one. Super play. Now that'll do her confidence a world of good.
Yeah, in the nick of time. Long way back from here still, but a little smile at last.
Service over. 6-3.
It's disappointing if you're a Danish fan because it forced the short lift. And it really was an unforced error. And final shot from Roepke.
Service over. 4-6.
Yes, a good return of serve too. Yeah, perhaps she's beginning to really find some confidence and perhaps prepared to play more of her normal style of game.
Yeah, this is a nice little run for the Danes. Keeps them in things. Didn't miss my match, did it, though, from Matsuo there.
Service over. 7-5.
Yeah, good judgment. Very good judgment.
5.
Yeah, the Danes keep getting back to within touching distance, and then the Japanese pair pull away again.
I've heard a lot of applause from the adjacent court. That's because an 18-year-old Spaniard has just knocked out the number 15 seed, Carolina Marin, beating Erika Hirosa. So an upset in the women's singles. Doesn't look like there's going to be an upset in the women's doubles right now, though.
No, as I was saying, I mean, the Danes, to me, look as if they, you know, they get within touching distance, and I think, this is beginning to get very interesting. And then, as soon as I think that, then the Japanese just pile on the pressure and get 2 or 3 more points and pull away again. That was a good angle from Roepke. That's the sort of shot that I'm used to seeing from her. Yeah, did well. Wasn't much of a gap there, but she managed to find it.
Service over.
It's happened again. Get to within 1 point. Can't quite get level.
Thought about leaving that Matsuo, but decided to play it and ended up losing the point.
10.
Few cries of Denmark.
Service over. 11-9 interval.
Just keeping themselves at arm's length, the Japanese pair of Naito and Matsuo. 11-9 here at the interval.
ほとんどミスさせるだけだからちょっとでもチャンスを見て勇気持ってショットもうちょっとうまくさそうで特にレシーブからで今ほとんど全部ああもうちょっと自分逆に自分曲げちゃうからあっちに逆にやられるシュート
gerne holde fast i til højre hånd. Og skal jeg så her.
Hold 1
Det er der.
second.
Hvis du kommer lidt bagud, så skal jeg kaste det frem. Vi gør nogle gange, hvor vi godt kaster det frem. Kommer til åbningen på. I holder gang.
Carlson just saying, when you do come to the net, don't always hit it hard. You've got to block it off sometimes.
Ready? 11-9.
Well, it doesn't take a genius to work out the body language there of Mari Roepke, does it?
12-9. Service over. 10-12.
It's very much to their advantage when they put more pressure on the return of serve.
Service over. 13-10.
Well, at the point well there. And then missing the smash.
Yeah, but look how far back the Japanese players are in their defensive stance. That's probably the one that Rikke Olsen would have wanted them just to block it. It would have been a simple winner. Awfully easy from up here, though, isn't it, to know what to do when you're in the heat of the moment and the intensity of the rally.
Service over. 11-13.
Back within 2 points again. There's has been hinted at that they've never got level in this game. Always been trying to reduce the deficit. Now within one.
Because I just keep feeling if they could get level, if they could start really making the Japanese question themselves in their own mind, because the scores are level, or even if the Danes went in front, this could be really, really interesting.
But just to go against that in a way, if it goes to, well, as you say, they haven't got level again, but if it went to a third game, you were hinting right at the start that you thought the fitness levels, and given Roepke's injury, a third game, you wouldn't fancy the Danes really, would you?
No, to be honest.
Yeah. Still, it'll be interesting to find out, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Now, you see, that's the one. She should have blocked it.
13-12.
Look, there's an acre of court in front of Matsuo that all she had to do was a dinky little block over the net.
And she knows it as well.
Yeah.
Service over. 13-15. Okay.
Well, here we go again.
Service over. 16-14.
A wry smile.
Shizuka.
It's a big serve. It's a very powerful smash from Matsuo.
17-14.
Not the tallest of players, 157. After 40 minutes of intensive play. Yeah, demonstration of their fitness levels.
Service over. 15-17.
Well, it's kind of now or never really for the Danes. They've got to put together a run of points here. Otherwise, it's the number 7 seeds who will be marching through to round 3.
Play.
So is this the moment when they get level? They've been having opportunity after opportunity to do so.
Yeah, you see, now what I like about that was that there was a block off the defence and immediately followed forward. Yeah.
There we go.
17-all. Service over. 18-17.
3 points from victory now for Mami, M.Naito and Shizuka Matsuo.
Cannot afford an unforced error like that on the return of serve, not at this stage of a game.
That was just out.
Service over. 18-19.
Yep, what's she done again? Blocked it and moved forward. Gotta try using that tactic more if they want to extend this to a third game. Oh, it's landed in.
Yeah.
Service over. 20 match
And it
point,
brings up
18.
those match points for M.Naito and Matsuo. Perfectly placed. Well inside the line. And we put up a brave resistance in this second game, the Danes. But they've never led. And now they're on the brink.
Pretty.
Well, it's a typical way for it to end, really, with Mari Roepke missing the opportunity. It's tough on the Danes. They may not have been at their physically best. They gave it their best, though. but it wasn't good enough against the world number 6 pair, the number 7 seeds here. M.Naito and Matsuo coming through 21-10, 21-18.
Won by Shizuka Matsu, Mami Naito, 21-10, 21-18.
Oh, they'll be very satisfied, I would have thought. Matsuo and Naito. Jonathans and Van Dormolen, or Chan and Chow of Hong Kong, their next opponents in the third round. 45 minutes of some terrific rallies. There were some long rallies in there, weren't there? The Danes tried to reel them in that second game, but they always managed to stay ahead. It's all smiles from the Japanese pair, safely through to the third round at the expense of Kruse and Roepke.